Welcome everybody. My name is Dania Perez and this is my AP Computer Science STEM Fair project. So I did two projects. Their name are Scratch and Battleships. And I did Scratch my junior year, which was last year. And this is to the comparisons between these two are to show how much I've grown with my coding skills. The overview of Scratch. This project is a game, like I said, I created my junior year, and it's for basically for, you could say, beginners who are starting to learn how to use JavaScript and starting to use loops, algorithms, and starting to work on basically their coding skills. The program in my game, I use obstacles and I use a car. The car is the main thing, and in the car you could go up, down, left, and right, and you use that by touching the arrow keys on your laptop. If not, if you don't have access to a laptop, you could use a tablet. This game is basically for beginners and kids to play because it's not hard to access it, and it will be easier for them to understand it. So this is a demonstration of my game. As you can see, once the car touched the obstacle, which were the animals, the game was over because the point was to avoid obstacles and collect coins at a specific time without getting caught by the police. So now the overview of the Battleship project. The project is like a more complex game, and the main purpose is to hit the ships until it says game over, that you've actually completed it. The languages that are used are 2D arrays, syntax, Java loops, Python, and algorithms. This was a much easier game to do well, since the coding skills I've learned were more advanced. It's more interesting for more older teens or adults to play. And the loops are basically, they are helpful because you could do the same coding things at the same time, but just adding loops in your code. This is the demonstration of my game. So when you type A, that means that it will add the new ship on the game board. And the game board is 10 by 10, so it's horizontal and vertical. So you have the option to pick the number 1 through 10. And if you pick a higher number, then it will just pop up error. And then every time you miss, you're gonna have to continue doing it until you see the X on your game board. And until you hit all the ships, then it's basically gonna pop up game over. So as you can see, this is some of the coding skills, the code I put here, and there's more, but these are the main things I started with. And the B, as you can see right here, it's basically showing the ships and where you have to try to locate them at to hit them at the right spot. And the game continues until it says game over, and that's the main purpose of the game. The difference and similarities. Okay, both projects are similar because it involves coding, and the difference is that the Battleship and Adhesive, it's like I said, more challenging, and you have to be more careful with where you put your letters, what code you use, this and that. And if you do one little mistake, then you have to go back and forth to check where you did your mistake at. I learned a lot, and I could definitely say that I've grown a lot because last year I wasn't able to do all this. Like I would just see a lot of code and I would just like say, what is this? But yeah, I could say that I just I distinguish how to like see different codes and what language they are, how to do loops, how to do this and that. So the most important thing I learned is that I've grown with being able to learn different languages and I know how to use them depending on what the project or the goal is. My biggest strength was actually not giving up because it was complicated at first, but with practice, everything is worth it. My biggest areas for improvement was, like I said, not being careful of where I put the dashes or like the semicolons and all that, because then I had to go all the way again to check my mistake. The most challenging moment where I had was thinking of like what I was gonna start with, like what language, what method I was gonna use in order to complete the game correctly. My goal is to basically inspire other young teens, who especially the women's, because you know we need more women in our STEM field, and especially in computer science because everyone likes the nursing. It's not bad, but I would like to inspire others and motivate other girls to say that it is like worth it. You learn a lot. And McKinley Tech has taught me so much in computer science, and I feel like amazing because my little brother, like, he tells me how I do this and that, but I just tell him that maybe, you know, if you actually focus on something and try to like learn it, you get good at it. So yeah, I'll continue my interest in this field. Thank you for listening.